Hey guys, what's up? This is a different video of mine. I don't post a lot on this channel and I want to change that, but the reality is I never have time. Anyways, I wanted to show you this thing I built a couple years ago. I never really put it out there. I think I have it on my Instagram, Busted Knuckle Garage, which I haven't posted on in years. It's an RC car account. But this xo-1, as you can tell, is different than any xo-1 in the world because I designed this myself. I actually made active aero for it, which I think is really, really cool. As you can see, it gets a stock ride height of the wing, stock angle of attack, but when I raise it, it gets you a pretty good air dam effect, and it's really simple. You can already see right off the bat, it just uses a linkage for a throttle on a nitro car. It definitely slows down the car. I don't know how much, but I've done the math, and theoretically it should produce around 2 to 1.5 pounds of downforce, which scaled up, to a full-size car with this size of a wing, that'll give you about 200 pounds of downforce, if not more, which for this is pretty cool. It's also neat because it separates it, I think, from every other Traxxas xo-1 on the road. There's one more on YouTube similar. The guy was from MIT, and his is much more advanced. I'll give him credit. I was a high school student when I designed this. Him from MIT, he had 4 servos in the back, and excuse me, the left and right of the wing could operate and change its angle of attack independently when you turn, sort of like a Pagani Huayra or Pagani Huayra BC. Really cool, but I decided instead of having to zip tie an iPad inside my car because of the gyro, and run a separate little computer to modulate the 4 servos independently, I decided, let's see how cheap I can make it and then maybe sell it. And more on that later. But I'll take off the body now and show you what it's like. It just has 1 servo, but easy upgrade for 2 servos. As you can see, I've got a 20 kilogram Amazon servo right there. And it just has a servo horn with that same linkage for a throttle body or for a carburetor. And it just goes right up to the top, right into this upper mount for an RC car wing. And I designed this so, you have a little tiny, scooped a little bit there for airflow. And I don't really think that does anything, but, it's something just for design. And I did make this one red and black, but I can make them in red or black or any combination, just red or just black, but pretty simple design. And I like that because it's so simple, it never breaks. I never have issues with it, and I've had it on here for years now. I don't have issues with the plastic wearing down because you're not constantly going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for hours at a time. And yeah, when I first put it on, I applied some WD-40 to it. And since then, it's held great. I mean, this side, very, very smooth feeling. Obviously, this one's going to move a little bit because of the flex in the wing. This side's solid because it's held down by that servo. But like I said before, I could easily just run another servo here and just have a Y-split running off my wire. Now, when I designed it, I made sure to run a wire underneath the stock wiring harness area, underneath the drive shaft, and I designed this little plate here for the drive shaft so it didn't rub on the wire and didn't create any damage, by rubbing apart the heat shrink and then eventually grounding out the wire and creating sparks, especially because the hot side of the ESC is right there. So I made sure to keep this safe. This is double layered heat shrink with a plastic guard that's never going to break. And I designed it so that this wire will go up over the shock tower. I even have a zip tie here. I used to have a much longer wire, but I took that out because it was just a little bit excess and the body was on. It was just kind of hanging out back here. And I'd like things to be a little bit more snug than that. But I designed it so it didn't even come close to the spur gear, which is also right there and exposed. Obviously, this isn't going to make an impact with mounting the body. Actually, it does, as a matter of fact, because when the servo is extended like this, it actually makes mounting the body much easier, which was an accidental feature, but it works out great. Also, since I just raised it by hand, it's good to mention, raising it by hand, it'll do, but the way the servo horn locks out with the degree of rotation of the servo, you actually cannot push the wing back down, which is cool because at high speeds, if this servo, you want it to act as an air brake, it will. The air won't just come and ram it down. Now this side might have a bit of an impact if you don't have 2 servos, but I'm not too concerned with that because I'm not constantly running at high speeds. This is more of a street bashing RC car. Now, if you want to buy this particular setup with 1 servo, 2 servos, with or without the remote to control it, it didn't work just now because it isn't plugged in. But yeah, if you want to buy this system, I have it for sale on my Instagram account, Busted Knuckle Garage, or just comment on this video. If I see anyone having any kind of interest, I'll just put it on eBay. I have 5 kits made already, but unfortunately I lost the 3D printer file, so I have to make a new one. So I call that version 2. It'll be the exact same, but the design here might be subject to change a little bit, at least for the bottom piece. I still have the top file. The file for this didn't get corrupted, but you know, if anybody wants this, I think I have it priced, including the remote, $180 if you don't have the remote, or if you do have this 3-channel remote. I want to say, and I could be wrong because I gotta check my price sheet, but it's around 80 bucks. 80 bucks will get you the servo, and everything here, all the hardware, pre-tapped, pre-bent, everything you need. Just install it and go. All this will be pre-bent to exactly how you want it, and I can even change the angle of attack with different servo horns I can get you, or different mounting positions for the throttle linkage. So yeah, this has been my xo-1 mod. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.